Hi. I know you're like, what are those little sharks for? But my name is Sam. My name is Samantha. I go by Sam. Only my mother calls me Samantha anymore, and my boss calls me Samantha when I've done something bad. So please feel comfortable to call me Sam. And I get nervous when I talk in front of groups, so if I start to ramble and talk real fast, just, say, Sam, calm down, and I will. ESOP actually stands for Eastside Organizing Project. We started off on the southeast side of Cleveland, impacting neighborhood life in that area, Union Miles area. Started off as education safety organizing project, organizing around issues of safety in the neighborhoods and the schools. And predatory lending reared its ugly head, and we did an about face, and here we are today, started organizing on predatory lending issues. We didn't change our name. We adopted a DBA of empowering and strengthening Ohio's people because our scope has broadened. In fact, we're now a statewide organization. And we've also moved our office to the downtown area. So what do ESOP do? Let's see. There are a lot of things. We're a direct action organizing group. We're labeled as radicals. We're that crazy group that throws sharks at people and things like that. So I think Jim said it best that, this is a serious problem. It's going to take radical ways to fix it. And I think that we've kind of gotten into the groove of radically fixing it. So what do I mean? Well, I'll tell you a story and then I'll tell you how it impacts your neighborhoods, okay? Countrywide is one of our best partners, I have to tell you that. We have a working agreement with them, very new, since December. We've been working on our agreement, and our relationship has really blossomed. We can fix people's loans way easier than we've ever been able to with Countrywide, but it wasn't always that way. We've been fighting with Countrywide for 2 years because we wanted them to listen to what our neighbors were saying. My member here has said that she's been trying to call Countrywide. She gets a different person every time. Sometimes she gets someone in Texas, sometimes she gets someone in Florida. There's no telling where they're calling into, and this is bad customer service. They've got this balloon payment of $20,000 and nobody can resolve it. And the story is repetitive, right? We see the same story all the time. Everybody comes into our office. It's a different story. It's the same story. So again, we're membership driven. So whatever is happening in our neighborhoods, that's what we're going to go after. And at that time, it just so happened to have been Countrywide. Again, we're direct action, so we'll make the call, we'll send the letter, we'll say, hey, I think you should come to the table and talk with us. But the bottom line is, most of the companies and multi-billion-dollar corporations, they aren't going to really want to deal with a little group like ESOP on fixing people's loans. That would mean they would lose money, So, we had to resort to radical things. So we got to our homeowners, and we got them together in our office, and we taught them on how to chant and make signs, and we had a big sign that said, call Angelo now. All we wanted to do was for somebody to call Angelo Mazzillo and say, you know what, you need to deal with ESOP. You really need to deal with ESOP because they've got your borrowers in their office. They're trying to work out their loan. They're just trying to stay in their home. That's all we wanted. We wanted for someone to call Angelo. We took our sharks here, we taught them how to chant, and we looked around and we noticed something, that their offices weren't in the membership's neighborhood at the time. We had to go out to the suburbs to find a Countrywide office or a commercial area. So we went to an office in Woodmere. You know where Woodmere is, everyone? Okay. That was interesting. So we got our 14 borrowers together, taught them how to chant, call Angelo now, call Angelo now. Got the sharks, everybody got sharks chugged in their pockets, and we piled into the office. And the office is about, I'd say, this half of the room. about 4 people working in there, including a manager. 14 people come piling in, and we're throwing our sharks all over the place. They must think there's about 100 people coming into the countrywide office, and they're chanting, "Call Angelo now! Call Angelo now!" The manager stands up like, "Whoa, wait a minute! You guys can't do this here. This is a place of business. You can't do this here. What's wrong?" So the homeowners start talking. "Well, I've been trying to work out my situation with Countrywide, and you guys won't deal with me. I want you to call Angelo. Get him on the phone. I want to deal with Angelo now." And the guy says, "Well, this is a privacy issue. I can deal with you one-on-one." "No, we tried the one-on-one already. We're here as a group. You will deal with us as a group. This is what we want. We want you to call Angelo." So, of course, he gives the nod to one of the workers, and they go off to the back. They call the police. So, yeah, Woodmere Police, thanks a lot, So, again, I said Woodmere. I don't know if everyone is familiar with Woodmere, but, I tend to exaggerate and say it's about a half a mile long, half a mile wide, police force of about 4. They call them. So the police come busting in a couple minutes later, and all the commotion, because we're still chanting, "Call Angelo now! We want you to call Angelo." Police come busting in just like that. "What's going on here?" So everybody starts to chant, "Police need a raise! Police need a raise!" And the police, they stop. They're like, "What's going on here?" We done took them all out of their element of why they were there. And so they said, "Well, what's going on here?" The homeowners turn their attention to the cops and start telling their story. "You know what? I'm here. I'm trying to work on my situation. I don't want to lose my house, my daughter here." And they just tell the cops the story, and next thing you know, the cops are advocating for us. They're looking around. They're like, "Oh, sharks all over the place. What is going on here?" They're advocating for us. "Mr. Manager, it doesn't sound like what these people are asking for is too much. Can you deliver this letter they got? Can you call this Angelo guy? Who is this Angelo guy?" And the manager agrees. He takes the letter. He agrees to call Angelo for us. And so we gather up our sharks and we go outside. But we get outside, and who's pulling up? Take a wild guess. Not Angelo, though. Take a wild guess. Channel 19 News. Yeah, of all the news sources to get out there. One guess on who called them, okay, well, yeah, it was me. It was me. But you know what? I had to do what I had to do, right? So now Channel 19 News is taking down people's stories, and we're scheduled to be on the 6 o'clock news. Okay, what did that do? That sounds real silly, right? But what did that do for us? That actually gets the attention of Countrywide executives. He did get the letter, by the way, but the news piece is what really gets them. So now they're sending out their executives and saying, "Go check out this. What is this ESOP? Please go check it out and deal with those 14 homeowners." So when we found out that they were coming, of course, we got on the phone. We called our members to volunteer. They pulled up all the share sale lists, and it took a lot of hard work. We got about 70 people in our office for that meeting, and hit after hit. Now that's called a hit. We had to do several other hits behind that, but it got us to where we are right here. Now we have the agreement that we were asking for. So what does the agreement say? The agreement says a few things, and this is how we can help homeowners and communities through the agreement. The agreement says, 1, it's a list of thou shalt not do. Okay, we won't be bad boys anymore. We won't do those adjustable rate mortgages, so on and so forth. 2, we will have one direct person or a team of people that receive all of our files. So when the homeowner comes in, we're not calling the 800 number. We're calling whatever number that we're assigned. We're going to call, and we're going to get, I don't know, Miss Smith on the phone every time. "Miss Smith, I got a new file for you. It's loan number such and such and such and such. I'm faxing it over right now." One person. So, and what does that do? That develops the relationship between ESOP and Countrywide, right? So I'm dealing with one person on a regular basis. They get to know me. I get to know them. I know what they're looking for. They know what I'm going to collect.